So let's go ahead. Shall we wait or should I start?
I think let's wait for another minute and then we can get started.
Sounds good to me. I see your Jayashree has joined. Hi Jayashree, welcome. Thank you for joining in.
I think Ajit, let's get started. It's already 6:32.
Sounds good. Okay, guys. So welcome all. Welcome to Splunk Mumbai user group session. I am Ajit Nayak and will be delivering the first and basic part of the session. Along with me, we have Ashwin Pandey, who will be conducting other half along with the demo of creation of Twilio add-on. Before I begin, I want to take an opportunity to thank you all for joining. We will be having some exciting sessions in coming days, so make sure you join the Splunk Mumbai user group on Slack and also hit follow button on our social media sites to get a regular update. Without wasting any more time, let's begin with today's interesting session. These are our agenda for today. During the course of this presentation, we will be going through the basic steps from installing the Splunk add-on builder and understanding the different methods of creating an add-on. We will also be building Twilio add-on using Splunk add-on builder to leverage the Twilio messages and calls APIs and integrate them with Splunk to get the data. Just to quickly give you the brief intro about me, I have more than 3 years of Splunk experience. I'm actually a mechanical engineer who got lucky to jump into IT field with the tool none other than Splunk. For now, I have good expertise in admin side, whereas moderate experience on enterprise security and ITSI. Along with us, we have Vikram, Diksha, and Vignesh as part of our panel today. So if you have any questions related to this session, please do type in the chat section and we will try our best to answer those. As mentioned earlier, I have been working with Splunk for more than 3 years. As from my personal experience, building add-ons had never been easy, at least for me. There are a number of things that needs to be taken into consideration. Being from non-IT background, the biggest hurdle I faced was the coding part. And in the end, after much effort, the add-on, which I finally prepared, get rejected at Splunk vetting level. To help address the issue, as well as many other problems, Splunk bought us this Elite add-on creation tool, which is called Splunk Add-on Builder. Add-on Builder provides capabilities to build modular inputs without writing any code. It reduces the time spent by engineers building one-off add-ons. So these are the goals set for the Splunk Add-on Builder. You should find these goals in the Splunk docs. So the main goal is to guide you through all the necessary steps of creating an add-on. It helps you to reduce development and testing time that we are going to watch in our demo. We are going to follow the best practices and naming convention. This add-on builder helps in maintaining the SIM compliance, the quality of the add-ons, and also validate and test the add-on. So let's move ahead. Before installation, the important part is selection of the instance where the Splunk add-on builder will be installed. The best option is to use standalone Splunk instance or your local instance. Please avoid installing it on a cluster or prod environment. For installation, we have different approach. One of them is to search the Splunk add-on builder in our browser. Like if you see, we just type in the Splunk add-on builder and the result of Splunk add-on builder with the Splunk base a link was the first result which I got. Just click on the Splunk base link. That will take you to the downloading page. After downloading, you can either install it via backend or through upload option in graphical user interface of Splunk. Another approach is to directly search for the app under the manage app on GUI and search for the app. So as you can see on this page, just written the Splunk add-on builder and the result came up. When you click on install, it will start installing the app. You might get the what we can say the username. You might need to enter the username and password of the Splunk. After the installation is done, it is required. Restart is required. And after restarting, you'll be able to see the Splunk add-on builder app under the apps category on Splunk GUI. After opening the Splunk add-on builder, this is the home page view of the add-on. So any question till now? Please let me know if I'm going in a steady pace or faster, or do you want me to slow it down? So please let me know, or you can interrupt me anytime. Let's move ahead. So let's go one by one. There's multiple tabs which you can see in here. One is created with add-on builder. That tab is consists of the add-ons which is created using the Splunk add-on builder. The other tab, which is other apps and add-ons, these are all this consists of the apps and add-ons that are already installed on your instance of Splunk Enterprise. The another option is delete, which is useful for deleting the add-on. Import project. This import project, consider that you are building an add-on in another instance, another instance of Splunk or your local instance of Splunk, and by somehow you need to take that, like you need to shut down that instance and use another instance on your server or something. So you can export that package and import in here using this import a project option. And the last option is new add-on, which we'll be using to create the new add-on of the Splunk using the Splunk add-on builder. For getting data into Splunk, there are three types of modular input option available. The first one is a modular input using REST API. That will be covered by me, whereas the modular input using Python code will be covered by Ashwin. The one with the shell command is similar to the REST API one, and therefore it will not be covered in this session. Any questions till now? Or should I go ahead with the demos?
Questions, Sajid, from my side.
Thank you, Ashwin. So let's get ahead. So this is how the homepage look like. As I mentioned, created with add-on builder tab consists of the add-on which is already created using the add-on builder. And in other apps and add-ons, you will be able to see the apps add-ons which are already installed on your Splunk enterprise or the Splunk instance. So there's a delete option. Let me give you a brief how we can delete. Just click on delete and select one of them. Let me click on this Twilio API. If I need to delete this particular Twilio API, just click on it and then delete. It should delete that add-on from that Splunk instance completely, in fact, from the backend too. And the last option is new add-on, which we'll be using to create a new add-on. Let me click on that. Sorry. Okay, so after clicking on the tab, the details page pops up. So you need to enter the add-on name. The package name or the directory name which is going to be created on the back end will be dependent on this add-on name. So let me, for example, write Mumbai Splunk user. So as you can see, the add-on folder name is ta-mumbai-splunk-user. The author, you can write Ajit or the company name under which you're working. Version, if you are upgrading the current version, you can increase this version accordingly. The description about the add-on. The visible option, when ticked, it will be visible on the GUI, or when it's unticked, it won't be visible in the GUI, the add-on after installation. So let me click on this. The icon option, in other words, is the face which will be given to the add-on. So for example, I click this icon, which I Googled it just now. So this is the icon, which will be the face of this add-on, and the theme color. Now it's set for the green. When I click create, so the add-on, the basic package will be created in the backend as well. Let me show you that too. Please let me know if you are able to see my putty screen.
Yes, I can see.
Yes, Ajit, we can.
Okay, I'm logging using Splunk, and this is the same instance 70. So anyone has any idea where will this add-on will be saved? Okay, let me get ahead with the answer. So it will, the add-on which is created under the Splunk add-on builder, on that particular instance, it will be saved under etc apps. And if you look at this, let's search. Yeah, here it is, TA Mumbai Splunk user. Yeah, Jayashree, you got that correct. Thank you for answering. Okay, so TA Twilio call, sorry, Twilio Mumbai user. If you open this, let's see what else are there inside this directory. So it consists of bin, app manifest, default local metadata. You might be knowing this, but still, let me go inside this local and look at the app.conf. You'll be able to see that the state is enabled. Author, which I mentioned, is my name Ajit, version 1.0.0 is visible, which I kept as true. The label and the trigger. Okay, let's move ahead. So after creating the add-on, the package, basic package, you'll get two options, configure data collection and create alert action. Apart from that, you got the manage source types, which is useful for creating the props or like adding the 8 magical parameters of the props. Extract fields is useful for extracting the field from the events. Map to data models. Create alert action is similar to this one, and validate and package, which I am going to show you in the demo. That's the end part of this in data input. So in this session, we'll be covering only the configure data collection. So after clicking on it, click on the new input. So you'll get three options, which I described earlier. So modular input using the REST API. It is useful for building the data collection for your add-on to gather data from the REST API. Like the REST data input uses JSON as a data type and support basic authentication and the API-based authentication. Yeah, that's correct. And using Python, you can also like in a Python, it consists of the script which you can edit according the way you like. If you want to enable the multi-factor authentication, you can do that using this Python code. So let's go ahead with the REST API. So here you need to provide the source type name, which will be used. for searching the logs after creating the add-on. So let me go ahead and type in Mumbai add-on, input display name, get user details. Okay, yeah. So before going into that, I'll be using this site Regress, which is useful for getting the logs or ingesting the getting the logs from the real APIs. It is useful for the people who are beginners to create a new add-on and practice on it. If you come below, it has the API for the list users, which is clicked already. It gives you the response of similar to this. If you click on single user, you'll get the response like this. If you see here, there is ID mentioned here. And under this, you also got the ID. So if you change the ID 3, it will change the person or the information of the person, which is with respect to the user ID. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm going to use this API to create an add-on.
Ajit, sorry to interrupt. Just got a small question. Is the source type definition is already given or it's a new source type?
Sorry, comment. Source type is already given. No, I just entered this new source type.
Okay.
You can.
Okay. So no definitions were already created under this system.
No.
Okay.
It depends upon the logs which you are going to ingest. Like for now, I am just using Mumbai.add-on, but actually we have the certain rules which need to be followed for just defining the data which will be coming into Splunk. In case of JSON, you can type in the add-on colon JSON colon the company
Yes,
name
correct.
for which so that
Okay.
needs to be followed here. But for now, I'm just using the Mumbai hyphen add-on, so not the
Okay.
columns.
Okay.
Uh, I think I answered your question. Like,
Yes.
do
Yes.
you have any other? Yeah, thank
No,
you for
nothing else.
that.
We can go ahead. Yes.
Okay, thank you. The next step is the description, which you can be provided in the which will be the description entered here will be visible in the props configuration file and the collection interval. That's 30 seconds. This should be like it can be made 1 second, but it is like for the best working condition, you should be able like keep it as 30 seconds to get the proper data ingested. Like some of the API take times to create or generate the log. There is a delay between the server and the Splunk instance. So preferably use 30 seconds. That's the minimum. And maximum you can type in 86400. That's 24 hours or more than that. And after this, under the data input option, you got two other tabs. One is add-on setup parameters and the data input parameter. So the add-on setup parameter are the configuration which will be visible, like anything you add in here will be visible under the configuration tab of the add-on. So for this, I'll be using the text and taking the server name as a configuration part. So let me type in server name. The internal name becomes server underscore name. Default value, you can type in directly the default value, or you can keep it blank and enter it during the testing mode or when the add-on is created. It is the important stuff. So I'll take it as required. The another parameter which I'll be using is the user ID 234. Accordingly, we'll get the respective user details. So let me add that. This is also required, and default value, we can type in later. Let me keep it as 2 for now to compare it with this log. And then when it is done, click on next. So this REST URL, as I already talked about the coding part, which I am unaware of. So the REST URL, you will be getting this information from this link. Just click on the learn more option. it will open a new tab and will take you to the Splunk docs. Okay, here we go. So if you see in here, pass value from setup parameter. So you just need to copy this, use this code and paste it in here. Now the parameter name which we'll be using is the server name. Let me go back. So in here, the server name which we have set is the internal server underscore name that is going to be used. And the next part will be the API, the after the URL, there's an extra part slash API. Let me show that to you. This one for getting till the user information. So let me open that in a new tab. So this will be the result which I am expecting. So just copy this API-user, paste it in here, and ending with this user ID which we'll be using. So if you hover over the question mark, you will get the token which is being used for passing the information or the value. So it's dollar user underscore ID. Okay. And here I have not written the server name. Let me provide that properly. Okay, so this is the server name which will be passed in this value. And then the API users and the user ID. I hope this will work. Let's test it. Okay, so there's an error. So if you see something on this line which is not working, we do one thing, remove this, test it again. Still there's an error. Okay. So this is what it was the one of the goals which was mentioned. You can test it repeatedly during the creation of the add-on so that you won't be like you won't need to open a different app for that. So we got the server name, the API, users, the ID. Okay, I think this is the issue. Yes, it was giving us the 2/. Okay, yeah, that's the issue here. Uh, yep. If you see the ID is 2 and respective user is Janet Weaver. Now let's test it for the different ID for let's suppose 5 and then click on test. For the ID 5, we are getting the information for Charles. So for now, this is complete. So if everything looks clear, just click on finish. And the basic part is done. Then the next part will be create like the props will be already created for that specific source type, but that's the default one. If you want, we can go ahead and modify properly. Like it consists only 3 of the parameters, and if you know there are 5, like minimum 6 and maximum 8 parameters which should be used. The important part will be since we are indexing the JSON. So let's type in index extraction parameter and type in JSON. So for now, you can also upload this data and check the in the real time whether this extraction logic is working or not. So do that. Consider this. Okay, so this is the one. I'm saving this under documents as Mumbai user session dot JSON and text type will be app save. Let's add it. So if you see there is an issue, fail to pass the timestamp. So this is caused because if you check, there is no timestamp defined in this event. So the best advice or the thing will be using the current time as a extraction during the extraction. So the error is gone and the time it is extracted will be the current time, and then save it. Similarly, it extract field works in the same way as well as so let's go ahead and validate this package. This is the main option which needs to be done. And there are different parameters for the validation, such as best practice data model mapping, field extraction. These all things we have not done, so we can remove that. But let's keep best practices and app pre-certification and click on validate button. So it will take time. Till then, do anyone have any questions? Like it
I
will
have a
take
question,
approximately.
Ajit.
Yes, go ahead.
So this we have hit on a URL which doesn't have any authentication. Can you advise on how to hit an API which has authentication? For example, I'm working on a case where I have to hit a URL, pass on the username, credentials, username, password, and it will give me a access token, and I have to take that access token and hit another API which has the data and pass that access token. So I have this couple of layer of authentication. So can you advise on how to do this with this add-on builder?
Yes. According to me, this thing of passing the token to different API to get the relevant information can be properly done using the option of modular input using Python script.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. I think the best person to answer this is Ashish. Ashish, if you're available, can you give the proper reply for this?
Definitely. So I lost the person. I think it's Prakash who asked this
Yes,
question,
yes.
right?
It's
Yeah.
Prakash. Yes.
So this can be very well possible and implemented, and I think a part of it would be demoed today by Ashwin. So Ashwin is actually going to talk about the modular input where how we can modify the Python script. So what I understand from your request is, there are some tools like Workday where you have a two level of authentication. So first you hit a URL, you get a token, you pass that to the another endpoint, and then the authentication becomes successful, and that's
Correct.
when you actually start getting the data, right?
Yes, yes.
Yep. So I believe not exactly the thing which you're asking, but a similar example would be shown by Ashwin, where you can work with the handlers in the Python script, which can help you to do this custom um, functionality
Sure.
which you're looking for.
Sure. Got it. Yes. I
Yeah.
hope it's coming later in this session.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
there, right? Ajit, after you, Ashwin would be taking over,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ajit.
Cool.
Sure. Okay.
Any other question, Prakash?
No.
Thank you. Let's. If you see, the validation has completed 95% till now. We don't have any errors warning, but 21 parameters had been checked and it's passed. No duplication stanzas or colon. This all the things will be checked. So yes, that's it. When it's done, you can go ahead and download this package. When you click on download, the .spl package is getting like created and downloaded on your system. The another method, like this can be like the .spl which is downloaded can be directly uploaded to any Splunk instance through GUI or through or extract it and keep it in the backend and restart the Splunk instance and you'll get the app or add-on working on your Splunk instance. So I think that's thing completes my demo regarding the modular input using the REST API. I'd like Ashwin to go ahead and talk about the Python script, which is going to. So,
Yes, definitely, Ajit. Thank you, Ajit, for giving so much detailed information for like creating the add-on via REST API. And before moving ahead, I will just introduce myself. So my name is Ashwin Pandey, and I have been working with Splunk for more than 2 years, and I have been working with mostly all the applications of Splunk, and also been creating the websites, blogs, and YouTube videos. For like more information, you can always visit the Avotrix website or the YouTube channel and connect with us. So without waiting more, I will just directly share. And I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yep. I can see.
So yeah. So the first part for REST API was already shown by Ajit. So I will be moving directly with the Twilio and the Python one without like creating it from scratch. So I have already created it once. I will just directly start it. So this is the one which we will be working today with the Twilio call. And once we click on that, it shows us the data collection and the same thing, the alert action. So in order to do so, we will just, I have already created that one, so I will just move ahead. But if you want to create a new one, you just need to create a new input and go to the Python code, and you just need to add the source types and the inputs, and the same thing will be done here. And for the authentication part, which was asked by Prakash, so this will be the one of the authentication which we use in this add-on for the account and password. So let me show you. So yeah, here you can see we have used two parameters, which is the account ID and the token. So from here, this account ID will be used to check and validate using this token. So whenever you are using or starting it using the Python code, this is the first thing which you will get. This is bit customized, but if you are directly starting it from fresh, this code will not be there. And some import parameters. While you need to import some of the modules which are not there, for my case, there were some like .json request. To do so, you need to directly go to your backend and install it and paste it there. I will also show you that. And for that, I will need to share my screen. Yeah. If you can see my screen of the CLI, I hope everyone can see it.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I can.
So this is the freshly made add-on, not freshly, but I have already created it. The T8 Twilio call, same as we have seen here. And here you can directly go to your bin directory. And this is the Python code, which is by default created by Splunk. And to add the extra modules which are not be available by default, you just need to go in your TA Twilio call. For now, whatever name you will be giving, that same name will be automatically created by Splunk with the start as TA. So let me go inside and show you. This is a module which I added. And these two are already given by Splunk Python 2 and 3. And this Twilio was added by me. So whenever you are getting an error for module, you can directly install it, or you can say download it via pip or apt-get and directly paste it here. And let me open this also. So this will have the module. So you just need to paste it here and you're good to go. And also remember to restart it. Any questions till now? I think not. So before moving like to the Python module, the first question like which can appear is why Python code if we already have an option of REST API. So let me clear out this first. Like while using an API, you can directly hit the API and get the logs in Splunk. But what if there is a authentication and the link is not, you can say, categorized? There is only one link and you will get all the data together. And then it's your responsibility to categorize it. In that case, the Python can come in picture, and it will come in picture. If you can see here, I will just highlight it. So starting with the account ID, so we are directly using the collect events, and this all helpers and EW are all by default present in Splunk. If you want to know more, you can learn more. There is a link already present, and we will also attach it in our presentation or PPT after this. So Splunk by default provides all the helpers, which you can see here. You can directly use it in your code and make the use of it. So the one which we used was to get the arguments, which is our ID and a token. And we have taken it in our response, and this is the API link which is going to be hit. And concatenating it with the OPT account, which is nothing but the SID, and the authentication is provided here with the account ID, and the token will be passed. So as we get the response, we will get it here. So here the call will come, and we have also used a checkpoint which we use to like check if the log which we are hitting is already there in Splunk. Let's test it directly. So if you can see, it is bringing the results. But what if this result is already there in Splunk? How to tackle that thing? So I have just making it uncomment. So here if you can see, it will just check for the SID because the SID in this log is unique. So you must get something which is unique in your log. So if you can see the SID. The SID is a unique field which will be not repeating. It will be always a unique in all the events. So here it is CA and 9A. Down you will be C, CA, and at the end FE. This will be unique. So we are using this SID to match and check if this event is already been indexed. So if you check right now, uncommenting the delete checkpoint, now you can see it will not bring the data. It will become as empty. But for this demo purpose, I have been commenting it. And once we remove it, it will again bring the log. And later, then we have taken all the logs and write it in our Splunk. So this can be used, Python can be used to frame your data or shape your data. It may happen that you are bringing an XML data, but if you don't want to get all the tables, like you just want some headers, you can define it. And that's where the Python model can come in picture. Same as the shell commands, both can be used by the same way. The only thing is this one will be the Python, and that there will you can use the shell script. So the validation and other parts are already shown by Ajit. I won't be repeating them all. So till now, if anyone is having any question, they can ask. Anyone? Or I can pass it to Ajit again. By the way, Ajit has already sent the link in the chat box.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ashwin.
thank you, Ajit.
If no one has any question, let me take up this sharing. If you're okay, Ashwin,
Yes, go ahead.
let me share again. Screen 2 and share. Okay, so this has been done. 2212 parameters had been checked. There's one error if you see it. Why did I click on it? Okay, let's check that any standalone application configuration are valid. Yeah, I'm not in mute. Okay, using the Splunk B tool command. So this needs to be done. It just the error which needs to be resolved. Once resolved, you can validate again, and preferably you won't get that error again. So let's move ahead. Any questions, guys? Okay, I think we have a question in chat. How do I see? Okay, I'll stop this and then share. Okay, I can see this. Okay, I think Ashish is answering it.
Yes,
If you
so
want
there
to
is a
become audible,
question
Ashish, you
from
can do
Pratik.
it.
So that's a good question, Pratik. So Ashish, if you are listening, I think okay.
Let me speak over. So
Oh,
what happens is checkpoints add-on builder gives you two options to save the checkpoint. One is file and the second is auto. Auto is basically the default option.
correct.
So when you choose when you have not explicitly specified, which is like auto, in that case it is getting stored in KV store. But if, let's say if you want to have it in a file, you can force that to file, and then in that case it will be accessible in the varlib Splunk directory.
Thank you, Ashish, for answering it. And Ajit, I would also like to inform one more thing, like if someone is interested to go through the Twilio add-on, they can visit the Splunk base and install the Twilio add-on, which is already available. I have also attached the link in the chat box. Thank you, Ajit. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Ashwin, for giving out the Splunk-based app which for the Twilio, and thank you, Pratik. I hope that cleared your questions or doubts. So if anyone has a question regarding this session or any input which can like improve our quality, or do you want any other session that needs to be like held in the future, you can always reach out to us using Slack or on our social media platform. Also, we'll be sending out, I think, am I right, Vikram? We'll be sending out the feedback form after this session.
Yes, Ajit.
Yes.
Yes.
So please make sure to fill that out. It will really help us. So let's move ahead
Yep.
then. And it was pretty interesting. There was pretty interesting question we got today. So looking forward for some more interaction in this in the future, and hopefully we'll plan something cool according to the. Okay, I got one message from Deb that to add in Slack. So Vikram, please do that.
Yes, I will handle this one.
Thank you, Ashwin. So I think if we don't have any other questions, so let's conclude this session. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining in, and
Thank you, Ajit.
hope to see you in next
It was a
session.
good session. Yep.
Guys, thanks Ajit and Ashwin. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for the session.
Thank you, guys.